Hello everybody. So here today we are dealing with functions in C. So let's start. Yeah. So basically what is a function? A function is nothing but it is a self-contained block of statements which can perform an individual or a specified task. So basically it consists a group of statements that together will perform some tasks which we are giving it to perform. And every C program will have at least one function, and as we know, like in the programs we see the main block. So main block is nothing but it is a function in the program, and most of the trivial programs can define additional functions. So basically we know that a C program starts the execution from the main block, that is void main. So here the main block is nothing but a function itself, and we have additional functions for performing some task. We use these additional functions. We create these additional functions, and a function declaration tells the compiler about a function's name, the return type, and the parameters. And the definition provides the actual body of the function. So basically, we create for creating the function, we need a function name, a return type, and the parameter, wherein these are required as the signature, and inside the block we have the group of statements for performing a particular task as per our need. So a function can also be referred as a method or a subroutine or a procedure. Okay, so this is about the functions. So defining a function. So coming towards this, as we said, return type, function name, and parameter is is required for a function for defining the general form of a function is this, and here the body of the function. So basically, the C programming consists of a function header and a function body. And here are the types. This is the header and this is the body of the function. So what is a return type? So a function may have a return may return a value. So return type is a data type. It's nothing but a data type of the value of the function. Some functions perform the desired operations without returning a value. In that case, it's void. So yeah, we have int main method or void main method as the main method. And if we do not want, and even when we are creating a function, it can be a void method or it can be any other return type. Suppose if we want to do, if for example, if we want to have a function for adding two numbers in that particular block, and we have to return the particular value. So for return, if the return type is int, then we use the return type in the function signature as int. So like that, in case of this return type space, depending upon the function, what are we writing, what group of statements we are writing, we have the return type. If you're not returning any value, you're just doing something in the group of statements in that body, you just mention it as void. So this is about the return type. Coming to the function name. So function name is nothing but the actual name of the function, and the function name and the parameter list together constitute the function signature. So as I said, the signature basically constitutes of the return type, which is about as I said earlier, but the function name is the actual name, and along with the parameters is the function signature. And what are parameters? A parameter is like a placeholder. See, whenever a function is invoked, you need to pass a value to the parameter, and this value is referred to as the actual parameter or the argument. So basically, in this parameters, it's nothing but whenever you have to, when you call a function, you need to, if you're using a parameter in a particular function and you're returning something, when you call this particular function in the main block, you need to pass some parameters. So basically, when you write a function, the parameters, as I said, is here. This parameter list is nothing but it's the actual parameter or the argument, and the parameter list is refers to the type, order, and number of parameters of a function. Parameters are optional. That is, this is what I said. So parameters are optional. A function may contain or may not contain the parameters. And function body. So this body contains a collection of statements that define what function does. Yeah. So here, these are the notes which I have. So basically, there are two types of functions, that is library functions or inbuilt functions and user defined functions. What are library functions? Whatever the functions, like the functions which are already written and are readily available for the user and which are available in the C libraries, are called as library functions or the inbuilt functions. For example, we know the header files like studio.h, conio.h, math.h. These are the header files. I mean, these are nothing but the libraries. So the kind of methods, see here, the kind of library functions that is already available for us are nothing but printf, scanf, clear screen, get ch, square root, etc. So these are the kind of functions which are already they're already readily available for the user in the C libraries. So these are known as the library functions, and for using a particular library function, the concerned header file has to be included. So here in the program, we include studio.h and conio.h for the printf and scanf statements. As we saw, I guess people are familiar with the programs how we write in C. So basically, in order to have the library functions, you need to include the particular header files as I gave in the examples. So let's look at this, demonstrate the use of library functions program, square root of a given number. So in order to find out the square root of a given number, the square root is present in the math.h library. So that is the reason I'm including the math.h library. And here, we're taking the variables float xy, enter the numbers, and we're taking it as a float, right? So y is equal to square root of x. So this particular square root is present in the math.h library, and that is why we've included it in earlier. This is how we demonstrate. And user-defined functions. User-defined functions are the functions which we define. And suppose, let us look at this program of the factorial functions. See here, void main. See, now here we have taken unsigned n, long f, long fact of unsigned, clear screen, printf, scanf, f is equals to factorial of n, printf factorials get ch. So here we have written this long fact as the user defined function. Here in this user defined thing, long fact of unsigned m, inside this what we have written it as long f is equals to 1, while m greater than 0, f is equals to f into m minus minus, close the braces and return f. So here in the void main method, we are calling this long fact of unsigned. This is the function, user defined function. So here this is the parameters we are passing. So I've mentioned here, if you can see, and this is the function which we have written later. So when the main block is being executed, this particular long fact unsigned function call, this is nothing but the function call, will reach here. And then according to the whatever we have mentioned in the program or the body of the function, it will be executed, and then it will return the value f, which is the long factorial value. So long, we have taken it as long f, the value as. So long is nothing but the return type, fact is nothing but the function name, and unsigned, this thing is nothing but the parameters which we are passing. So this is how the user defined functions are used. You can make programs as such for addition of numbers, anything, by using different kind of return types, function names, etc., and call a particular function name in the main block. Yeah. And now this is the categories of function. Basically, functions are like, the categories are 4 types. The thing is that with return type, with parameters, with return type without parameters, without return type and with parameters, and without return type and without parameters. So basically, a function prototype basically contains of the return type, function name, and data type of the parameters. So these 3 are very important, and depending upon these 3 prototypes, the functions are divided into 4 types. So few functions will have return type and parameters, few will have return types without parameters as we saw, and few will have, they won't have return type but they will have parameters, and without return type and without parameters. So yeah, this is about the introduction to functions. This is how we use the functions, and basically User defined functions are nothing but whatever we try to code, and whatever addition of numbers, subtraction of numbers, as such we can include those group of statements into functions and do, instead of writing them into the main block itself, so that you'll have a clear idea of the program. And library functions are nothing but whatever the functions which are already developed and which are easily available for us in the libraries of the C are known as the library functions. This is the main difference between library functions and user defined functions. So, yeah, this is it. Thank you.